Hi there everyone, Scapegoat Stephen back with another video match report. So this is another game from an event on Saturday the 7th, this time playing into Fisherman, the same Fisherman player actually from a couple of videos ago, from video 18 I believe, or maybe even 19, basically one of the guys who's in our league locally who's performing quite well currently. So this is going to be Shark Fisherman versus Veteran Rage Union. So I won the roll-off and elected to make my opponent kick into me. So he has Fathom, Vet Siren, Veteran Sakana, Shark, Tentacles and Angel who's kicking closest to the screen. Meanwhile I've got Benediction, Fangtooth, Rage, Harry, Coin and Minx. So I've played into this opponent a few times before. He's very heavy on using Shark, really enjoys using Shark. I don't think Corsair was even in his 12. Obviously the Ferret wasn't either. So it was going to be Shark and Tentacles, so I use that to my knowledge, knowing he's not going to be able to kill any of my models really. It's all going to be about getting those goals as quickly as possible. So Angel's kick is inaccurate, and the scatter puts it there just in front of Benediction. So that's going to give me a nice bit for Benediction to just go fetch that ball. So I had potentially put enough on Benediction so he could sprint, put out Sturdy, Braced and then pass with his own free ability, but this time I didn't need to use that, so I ended up saving that for later in the turn. So I'm just going to jog Benediction to go snap the ball. He's going to put Braced on himself because that defense 3 armor 4 is pretty clutch. He's then going to put Sturdy on Rage just in case, and then he's going to pass to Fangtooth. So now the idea of putting the ball on Fangtooth was not only has he got the 3-inch rough ground aura around him, but he's also got the protection from the first hit with resilience. So I've just now dodged him backwards into my own cover of my own goalpost basically. So Tentacle's going to jog in response as a stalling action by my opponent, so I jog Coin as another stalling action and Bag of Coffers on Minx. He's going to jog Fathom. No, he's going to Veteran Siren, sorry, he's going to Shadow Like and jog. Harry's going to jog a Molotov to hit Siren. Fathom is going to jog and drop the AoE to remove fire from Siren. So there's a lot of really fast, rapid fire activations there. A little bit of stalling on both our parts, I actually think there, just as an attempt to see, well, actually, where do we go from here? Me knowing that actually I kind of want to stall him until he's forced to send a player into me and then just kill that player with any combination of Minx, Veteran Rage and Fangtooth. At the moment I've got a spread of those 3 2-inch melee models out the front of the team as well. Benediction with Braced, Harry with plenty of pushes and Coin, pretty much in principally to stop my opponent from getting to Fangtooth. Given that Shark is probably the only player with enough manoeuvrability, but he didn't kick with Shark, he kicked with Angel. If he kicked with Shark, this would be more of an issue, and I think he probably could get Shark in there to get the ball, but he didn't. He kicked with Angel, so I've got less of a worry there. So as you can see, a lot of jostling here from my opponent, trying to figure out what to do. In the end, he does the Fathom activation, I jog Fangtooth, leave him in the cover still, and then we're going to go Sakana will sprint and Bag of Coffers on Angel. So I then go with Minx, decide, you know what, let's pull the trigger, let's get something going. A Minx sprints, uses a Bag of Coffers axe throw at Angel to do the 3 damage and snared, and then backs to the shadows. In hindsight I probably could have dropped a marked target as well, but more fool me I didn't. So she just comes back over towards the bottom of the screen again for helping Fangtooth. And then we're trying to figure out whether we're going to go with Angel or whether or not we're going to go with Shark. So my opponent decides to go with Angel, and he's going to clear conditions on Angel. So that's important because that's his only momentum at the moment. So he clears Snared and charges Harry after he nimbles himself. So quite important, he puts himself up to defense 6. He gets the momentous double dodge and a momentous push dodge off of the charge on Harry. He then declares, you basically spend a bit of time jostling for position and where should he put the models after the dodge and pushes, because I've got so many 2-inch melees in there, you know, he's going to struggle to get that ball and score, but he's trying anyway. So, again, as I said, the plan here was just to try and drown him in those 2-inch melees, force an engagement. and I believe that's his final resting place. He does another attack, and I declare a counter attack, but actually he rolls nothing. He gets nothing on that attack. Or does he get a dodge on this one and nothing on his next attack? Maybe he got a dodge on that one, sorry. So I use Harry for the counter attack and just get a push. I think just so she's not engaging Rage, that might be the plan. So Rage is going to go. Oh, that was it. So she's engaging Minx. That was the plan. So Rage is going to Red Fury Minx to do a momentous 1 damage and snared. Onto Angel, dropping her back down to defense 5. Going to Red Fury Harry for a momentous knockdown. Nicely done. So now she's back down to defense 4. I'm then going to charge with Rage, and he's going to choose the defensive stance against that charge. And I do a momentous 3 on that charge. I then do a follow-up attack momentous 3 and a follow-up attack momentous 1. So we've set Angel up basically to be killed top of next turn. Although we've still got Shark about to come in. Whether or not he chooses to try and save Angel, or whether or not he chooses to move my team around, we'll see. So Shark is going to have to Tidal Surge to be in threat range of any of my team, because I have, hung back. I haven't given him much to bounce off of. So he's going to Tidal Surge and charge Harry. I'm going to save my momentum. I'm not going to spend any of it. He's going to score a momentous stagger, followed by a momentous push dodge on the next attack. And then he's going to spend 2. I've put to heal Angel. So actually I think she's still knocked down and snared and on 5 HP now, because I believe she was on 1. But principally he's put himself, so he's actually in engaging Rage, so I don't get the free charge. So that puts us going into the next turn with Fisherman with a single point of momentum and Union with 5. I do decide to play a low value card here and try and risk that my opponent thinks I'm just going to try and take initiative with a high value card. So he plays the +2 momentum if a model dies card. Apologies, I've forgotten the name of it. And I choose to play the give it 110% card, so that gives me 2 extra influence this turn. It also means I do win initiative. So we'll just take away all the tokens at the moment. And we're looking at who do I go with first. So I decide, actually, you know what, I can probably afford, given look how much influence is being whacked on Shark there. I think that's his full 6 stack. And there's nothing on Angel. So actually I can probably ignore Angel. I know I've got the burst damage, just kill her in a couple of hits if I need to, even though she is on 5 HP. And my opponent will just spend resources getting her back up again. So I choose to go Rage first. He will quick time himself back out of engagement with Shark and charge Shark. After a little bit of deliberation, my opponent chooses to counter attack. So I force the knockdown and get Shark on the floor. I then use my legendary and attack Shark again. I haven't got any friends at the moment, but I get enough for the momentous 2 damage and push to push him so he's engaging Minx, which again is really key in sort of the play style you can go with Rage. It's all about getting those gang ups. So Shark's now a 3-1. I'm going to Red Fury Minx for a momentous 2 up to 3 damage and snared. Again, that's the important Minx, that's snared. Again, multiple ways of lowering your opponent's defense. And then we're going to Red Fury Minx again for a momentous 4 up to 5 double dodge. So that leaves Shark on quite a low health pool actually at the moment. But my opponent has no momentum, so he can't heal Shark. And Shark's going to be crowded out by a couple of models if he chooses to do anything. So Siren's going to Shadow Light Jog, attack Rage, and she's going to miss. She's going to miss a lot. But crucially, staying out of engagement with Minx. So his point here was he was going to get a couple of attacks in to try and stand clear conditions on Shark, essentially. But she fluffs both of her attacks. So that leaves Minx free to go. Minx is going to attack Shark, do a momentous 4 up to 5 damage, and then on the wrap a momentous 1 up to 2. Take Shark out. Bang, first hit. So we're on 0-2 in favour of the Union. She's going to attack Angel, get a momentous 4 up to 5 double dodge. Bang, another takeout. That's up to 0-4 in favour of the Union. Then we're going to attack Veteran Siren and fluff it, basically. We're going to miss. Then we're going to get another attack and get the momentous 2 up to 3 because of the legendary damage and snared. We'll then back to the shadows, but literally all we've done is back off an inch. So we're still engaging Veteran Siren to trigger that legendary later on. So my opponent's a little bit on the back foot. As you see, I've now got 7 momentum to his 0 momentum. So he goes with Vexicana, he's going to jog and he's going to attack Minx. He's going to score a momentous raise the black flag, so he's going to increase Tentacle speed and lower Harry's speed. He's then going to go for another attack and get a momentous dodge, and then I believe he bagger coffers himself for a final attack with a momentous push dodge. Again, to get one of my models out of engaging Siren. But has left himself right in front of all of my models, obviously, so I'm quite happy about that. Coin's going to jog. He's going to put a bag of coffers on Harry, and he's going to go engage at the edge of his 2-inch melee into Siren. So Fathom's going to go. She's going to charge Rage. She manages to wrap actually on the charge. Unfortunately, she manages to wrap to the only choice she has, which is 1 damage, so which triggers Rising Anger, because I needed more momentum, obviously. And she does the momentous double dodge, and then she hits Minx for 1 damage and then heals Siren. As you can see at the moment, actually, my opponent is measuring all of that out before he actually decides to go in. Fathom obviously being that 2-inch melee means I haven't got to worry too much about, or he hasn't got to worry about me hitting Rage. He can do so with a bit of safety as long as he stays out of Benediction's 2-inch melee. And then she stops there. So yeah, he's got 3 of his 4 players that are left on the pitch in quite a tight huddle here. So anyone who's played against Fangtooth or Ghast actually will probably know what's coming very shortly. I do decide, do I want to go with Fangtooth now? But you know what? I want more gang ups, I want more wrapping potential. I want to just see what I can do. So Benediction's going to jog to engage Siren and attacker. Again, +2 because of Friend and the Legendary, so he's rolling 8 dice, and he does manage to score that momentous knockdown, followed by a momentous double push, and just pushes her that little bit closer, so that if Fangtooth does go in, he hasn't got to engage any of the other 2 2-inch melee strikers behind her. Tentacle's going to jog and clear conditions on Siren, so she's no longer knocked down and snared. She's back to her defense 5. Harry's going to jog to engage Siren and buy a bag of coffers attack. He's going to score that momentous knockdown, so back on the floor, thank you Siren, back to defense 4. He's then going to get a non-momentous 1, and oh no, he's got 3, sorry, that was a wrap to the non-momentous 1. Then he gets a singled out and a momentous double push. So again, just as you can see, just those momentum tokens just stacking up on where my goalpost would be. Just getting me, ensuring that I'm going to get first turn, next turn, and that when Fangtooth does Fangtooth things, I can heal people. So it goes straight into my next activation, because my opponent doesn't have any models left, and we're going to go with Fangtooth. So Fangtooth's going to heroic on himself and then heal himself by 4. So he's going to jog his 6 and attack Siren. So we managed to score, because we've got like 4 friends engaging plus the legendary, so we're rolling at attack 10 equivalent against a defense 4 model. We managed to get the momentous unmasking, 3 damage up to 4, because of the heroic on my, and it hits my entire team plus Siren, Fathom and Sakana. My second attack does another momentous unmasking, 3 damage up to 4, and accidentally kills Coin, because I wasn't paying attention to the fact that Coin only has 8 HP. More fool me. So I do award my opponent a point there. So it takes it to 1-4 in favour of my opponent. I do manage as well on that attack to score 1 damage up to 2 on the wrap, which doesn't take out Siren, it triggers Escaping Fate, so she gets the 2-inch dodge. So now Fangtooth's a little bit swinging in the wind, so he decides to use the free pass from Benediction and then bonus time the pass to Harry, which he succeeds in, and then does an immediate 4-inch dodge, and then does a bonus timed attack into Siren, just because she's on 1 HP. I only need to hit with 1 hit, and I get it. So it's momentous 2 up to 3 damage, gets a takeout. So it's 1-6 now in favour of the Union. Fangtooth then proceeds to go on a mass healing spree of everyone who's left on the board of his team, spending 8 momentum to heal the other 4 players left by 4, because I forgot to do it to Coin before when I should have. So a little bit of a mistake on my part there. With a lot of the newer mascots, they got quite high HP pools, and I hadn't even thought to look at coins before I started choosing unmaskings. So that means we end that turn with, I haven't written it down, no I have written it down, sorry, bear with me, Fish on 1 momentum and Union on 8. So going into this turn, the Fish are going to use the card that gives them poised when they're in my half of the pitch, and Union's going to use Break Out the Knives. So yes, you'll have heard that from my previous video as well. Turns out +1 attack in a Rage team's pretty good. I believe at this point Fathom is on 4 HP and Sakana is on 6, so they're in prime death dealing territory for Minx to potentially, if she rolls hot, take out both of them this turn. Quite unlikely, but more than guaranteed to take out one of them. So I believe Shark is just come on at the bottom of the pitch at the edge of the camera, along with Sirens at the top of the pitch, so it must be Angel at the bottom as well with him. And it's just my opponent's deciding where to go with his last bit of influence. So Minx is going to go in and she's going to base both Sakana and Fathom and attack Fathom. So on the first attack she's going to score momentous 2 damage, dodge and snared. And then on the second attack she's going to score a momentous 3 damage, which gets me the takeout, which takes it to 1-8 in favour of the Union. He's then going to attack Sakana with a bonus time, do a momentous 1 damage, dodge and snared. He does, having declared the counter attack, manages a fancy footwork because I forgot about the range of this silly character play again, and he manages to get the ball off of Harry. I then do a final bonus time attack, doing a momentous 3 damage, leaving Sakana on 2 health. So my opponent looking at this and going, you know what, I better take the goal now with Sakana while I've got an opportunity before Sakana just dies horribly. So Sakana puts Bag of Coffers on himself and attacks. He gets a moment. I do declare a counter attack as well, just in case he fluffs it. He doesn't. He gets a momentous push dodge, so my counter attack is wasted. He hits Minx again and gets a raise the black flag on himself and targets Rage. He then goes for a jog and shoots and scores a goal after healing himself. Sorry, that's quite an important one. So that takes it to 5-8 in favour of the Union, which he set himself up as a snapshot turret there as well. Which means I need to deal with Sakana very quickly. Luckily he's on low enough health that I think I'm probably in a good position to do so. So ball kicks out and it scatters to the side of Benediction, which is dangerously close to Veteran Siren, but better that than Shark in my opinion. And Rage is going to quick time Harry and then Red Fury through Harry and score a momentous double push, which pushes Sakana close enough to be engaged by both Coin and Harry. Rage is going to furiously charge, get a momentous 3, buy an attack momentous 2, buy an attack momentous 2, gets the takeout. So puts it to 5-10 in favour of the Union and drops Bloody Coin onto Fangtooth just in case. So Veteran Siren is going to charge Benediction. After Shadow Liking, she needs to score some momentum and then she could possibly, if she gets a good dodge, score a goal off of this to take it to 9 for the fish. I do defensive stance and declare the counter attack with Poised with Benediction, and my opponent manages to completely fluff his charge. So I'm defense 3 armor. No, just defense 4. Sorry, armor 3, 2 even. Sorry, defense 4, armor 2, and he just does not roll above a single 3. It is a little bit heartbreaking. So I counter attack, double push him out of engagement, so he can't hit me. My opponent at that point actually says, you know what, Siren's on 5 HP, you've got 3 players left to go, shakes my hand and says, you know what, you've got this. So after all that, in the end, it ended 5-12 to Union. I was pretty happy with how I played this game. As I said earlier, my opponent is very, very heavily into playing Shark Fisherman. Very much something perhaps it needs to look at moving into the future. Does he look at playing about with Yukai if he can get hold of Yukai's model, or Corsair just as a try of a different sort of play style? I don't like playing KG. Unfortunately, you kind of have to do it into these really fast tempo goal scoring guilds. I tend to find some guilds have to slow the game down a little bit, so like Union and Masons in particular. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you again next time.